Alright, welcome guys, and this is the first team game. This is the first team game we are doing today, and I love team games. They are really enjoyable, and we have the nabs, so we have Lavi, Eighth Wonder, and Nick versus Karika, NY, and Heineken in what looks to be a Ghost Lake matchup, which is not something you see every day in a RM team game. Let's introduce the players. Thank goodness they seem to have kept some of the colors the same here. And we have here Karika playing as the flank, playing as Spanish. Then we have Pocket Heineken playing as the Persians. The flank then is on this side, and Y playing as the Teutons. It looks like it is mirrored civs, and interesting civs. I will talk about that in a moment, but on this side, Spanish. Oh, we have a lame. We have a lame right from the get-go. And is it going to be successful? I mean, it's quite difficult to pull this off with a scout, especially when you have a scout here in defense. Has to go not too far, actually, here, NY. And it's all down to if the boar cooperates. Are you going to cooperate, boar? It's close. It's hard to really tell, but it looks like getting closer. Oh, it's going back. It's going back. And oh my gosh, he's gotten it back! This is incredible. You know, Nick was like, I'm going to try and get this because I want this boar to actually come back home, and I don't want NY to have another whack at this. And if NY brings the Vil out, should be able to get it, and that's incredible. That's huge as well. Of course, Nick is not scouting this entire time, going to lose the boar, and wow. Now, Nick could come right down here. Well, going to get the sheep, which is good, but could come right down here and get the boar, but you know, choosing not to do that. I wonder how idle the eco was for NY that entire time, because the Vils were just standing there. But anyway, I was going to introduce the players. We have Nick here, and oh gosh, Nick has no sheep. Nick has, oh, is the sheep back here? Can Nick even see his boar there? Oh, he can't see the boar. That's so bad. That's so bad. And not being able to see that boar is horrible. Getting loom right now because of the idle TC. In fact, we'll probably still have an idle TC because he will have no food, and bringing these sheep back, which is fine, but horrible start for Nick, and that is what the lame does to you, and a little bit of bad luck with that scouting. But anyway, Nick is here playing as the Spanish. I think he will be able to recover, or hopefully anyway. His pocket is Lavi, and Lavi is playing as the Teutons, and then Eighth Wonder is over on this side playing as the Persians. So if I have it right, it looks like we have a Persian's pocket then on this side, and then we have the Teutons pocket for the nabs. And so all these civs can get Paladin, and all these civs, of course, get Bloodlines, very strong Paladin civs. They also all can get Halb. They all have decent monks except Persians. But similar civs in many ways. They're all somewhat versatile with horseback. So we'll see. Now the Persians, I think, are going to really be strong. The Persians can get camels, so that's going to really help if knights do come out. And I think more importantly, because there's only one pocket player, the Persians' pocket is going to shine, or have to shine a little bit more. But the flanks are also going to be interesting here. As oh, look at this, Lavi sending over some sheep. Oh, Nick still cannot, oh, can see the boar now. But, the flanks are going to be interesting, because of course they're not going fast castle. So, I mean, we do have potentially scouts, or even a drush from these players. We'll just have to pay attention, really. Looks like potentially a drush now from Eighth Wonder, what, 4 on wood, and going over to gold. So drush pretty much confirmed there, unless man-at-arms. On this side, Nick, I'm really not sure. Nick has had such a bad eco that whatever he does do, it's going to be a little bit off. And it looks like the barracks is coming out at least. It's not uncommon to see a drush on, basically a drush on a wall, which is what you're seeing here on Ghost Lake, because it is wallable, but the issue is you can't wall over the ice. And right now, it looks like this wall is going to be somewhat easy for NY, but no barracks. For the pocket players, not really important to pay attention to too much. So this side, I guess, Karika still not really showing any signs of going for the Drush. So we'll be going for scouts as Spanish, and does have the forward golds here, so doesn't want to lose them, but if going for scouts will not need the gold. 8th Wonder is going to be going for the Drush, I assume. And there it is, so we will pay attention to Wonder for the time being. As Wonder, very good location actually there for those deer. I mean, you can just pop a mill up there as well, be really helpful. And nice walling there, could actually wall almost all of this off. And going to wall this off, which is important. But there you go, the Drush is coming out. It is going to run across. No walls up for Karika. Is the barracks up? Yep, just at home, going for the eco approach. Is the Drush coming across for Nick? Well, there it is. Is it going to get in? Well, down here. It's actually going to be easier for Nick to go to the pocket than it is the flank. But, yeah, 8th Wonder's coming in here now in Karika, and that's pretty much the only action I'm seeing. A little bit of sheep and scout action here. Oh, who's going to win the scout war? Yeah, look at that. Lavi has won the scout war. But Drush is coming in, and it looks like Karika sees it and doing a nice little job of getting the palisade walls up. And, yeah, Puma King, Nadia is Lavi. Lavi is the queen, is probably the right way to say it. Queen of Nabs is probably the right way to say it. A lot of people are surprised that it's a female, but yep, that's the truth. Yeah, so as you can see, this Drush is not going to really go anywhere. I'm just watching this right now, and NY, if you notice, doesn't even have a barracks. So just pretty much going full boom and wall, and going up on 27 vills, which could be risky as the Drush is going to come in, and there's going to be nothing to really defend it. This here is a risky wall. The rest of the wall was quite easy. It looks like the Drush here from 8th Wonder, I mean, it's just causing the walling, not really doing that much. We do have the stable then from Karika, might be able to clean that up, but you know, this Drush, it's actually chasing down NY's Vill and causing the Vill to run into his allies' TC. This wall is not going to get up. This is a risky wall. I'm not sure why trying that risky of a wall. Why not just wall it here? And look at this. I mean, seriously, why not communicate a little bit better here? Had they walled there, they probably would have been fine. Heineken's doing it now. So the Drush is walled in, I think, for now. But, yeah. Now, the nice part about 8th Wonder's Drush here is that 8th Wonder is just delaying right now, and has gone up on a, let's see, 27 vills just to go fast castle. It has the deer in as well, and will probably have the resources once the deer come in to get up to the castle age. That's what the Drush is doing. It's basically keeping these scouts off him for the time being. Now, the Drush is coming in for Nick, and he's going to be kind of, you know, doing the same approach, and I don't think he's going to be able to do too much, but he is certainly going to stop any more villagers from getting over to gold, and just that is going to be enough, I think, as Nick is walling up as well, and he did have his own issues earlier in the game after losing a boar, not being able to find his own, well, his own boar, yeah, as well. So, something to point out is we do see Lavi and Heineken clicking up to the castle age, so both pockets at similar times. It looks like we have a stable here for both of them. We talked about them both going knights and the Persians potentially going camels. Also the Spanish players, we do have the Spanish player here in Nick on stone, so he is going to be trying to go for conquistadors, I assume, at some point. The other Spanish player is Karika, and Karika went for scouts, and the stone for Karika down here is the only one he can really use, and that's not in the best position. I think Wonder's going to be okay to deal with these scouts. The scouts are not going to really do any damage to Wonder. Wonder's just clicked up. And, so Wonder's fine. I don't think Wonder's going to be dealing with any conquistadors either to fire over top of his walls. And Karika, in fact, is walling right now, knowing that Wonder's probably going to be, as Persians, going for, I assume, knights, or at least something in the castle age as he's clicked up. NY? Just clicking up now, and of course, didn't even go Drush. So, you know, 8th Wonder went with a Drush and still beat NY up, which is phenomenal. Now, gotta pay attention here to the pockets, who are going to be up to the castle age shortly, and they are going to be sending out the pressure quite fierce. Okay, these scouts actually from Karika are going to get in. Can Lavi see what's up? Can Lavi see... I assume I just saw an X, so they're communicating. Yeah, I can definitely see that's open. I assume Lavi wants to put a TC in this location to kind of, you know, stop any pressure from coming in. But this is actually interesting because, well, actually these vills are safe because of the quick walls. I'm going to go for a TC here, but these scouts are going to definitely, like, delay Lavi for a little bit here, while Karika's pocket is going to be able to send knights out and cause some problems. And, you know, this knight is going to be able to deal with these scouts, but certainly these villagers, you know, a little bit of delay, actually a little bit of a housing problem for Lavi right now. And that could be a small thing that could lead to a big deal, as 2 knights here already. It looks like cleaning up the Drush. And where's Heineken going to send them? Now, there's lots of walls up, which is why I like the Conquistador choice. As you can see here, will come out from Nick. The Conquistador choice is going to be so strong. There's walls, we'll just fire over top of them. I mean, really, no big deal. That's not a problem. But the knights, they can't really do anything about the walls, unless they're palisade walls. Also, monks can convert the knights. So, you know, we'll see what Heineken's going to do. But Heineken actually isn't taking the early game advantage. And, you know, not sending the knights out over here to Wonder at all. Wonder is just going with a TCs, actually. You notice Wonder's not sending out anything right now. Oh, actually right here, but they're going to find the walls. Now, real quick, Endbrain asked about the attack. It should say, but you can attack with relics 1 to 500. That is the amount. So even if you have 1 relic, which you all should have, you can do the attacks with that amount. So, yeah, that's the gist of it, but lots of walls. I'm waiting for the castle from Nick here, but he's probably doing the right thing and going for the eco approach and going for the TCs first, because there's really no rush to go with the Conquistadors. Do we see on... Yeah, we do have stone here as well for Karika, but Karika's still not up to the Castle Age, and that's quite late if you look at the times. Probably not going to hit it till around the 20-minute mark, and like I said, quite late. Kind of a stalemate game. There's nothing really going on. No conflict. As I say that, this one poor villager, when nothing's going on, dies. And the scout there as well dies. But nothing huge. I will say this is probably exposed for Heineken. I mean, he has these villagers exposed, and this woodline is open, so maybe there will be a 2v1 attack here as Lavi and 8th Wonder come right over here. I mean, they just are reading my mind and running away from each other right now, but I do think they are aware that Heineken is certainly someone they should be pressuring, as he is a bit exposed. Karika, going for the TC, Nick's already ahead of him in that regard. Is he going for a castle? Well, no, not anytime soon. So, someone expected we'd have these walls. Someone expected they'd be hard to get through. 4 TCs actually right now for NY. Pay attention to the vills, guys, because Karika's way behind at 35. There's nothing yet, but these big ecos are going to lead to big fights, and I'm excited for them. We do have the castle going up for Nick, and I still don't think he's really all that excited to get them up all that quickly. Oh, actually, Knight's coming in now from Heineken, but he's running into TCs now, but Lavi's struggling right now. I mean, a couple idols there, lost a Vill there, and will, of course, be able to send some Knights out in defense, but having to idle these TCs is never a good thing. And looking at being able to push this away right now, which is good. And Wonder's here to help. So, a little bit of idle time. Like, these villagers is what I was talking about. There's 2 of them sitting here. That's not good. Lavi has 10 idols right now. I mean, that's a lot of idols for just a couple knights walking into the base. So, I'm not sure what's going on with them. But it might be because Lavi's attacking down here, apparently. The issue is Lavi's attacking Persians, so... Persians can just make camel defense, and like at this point in the game, a lot of these players are just booming, so Heineken might just want to make camels and defend. We'll have to see if he chooses to do that. He does have these knights still here, of course, and it looks like Lavi's going to make a monk to defend, as she is not able to make camels. Now, the castle is up for Nick. Nick is going to be making some conquistadors, I think, for map control. Does look like up here the knights are back in, and they're down. So, you know, there's not much, not much HP, 64 HP remaining on that knight. There's no bloodlines, so Not really much going on. Is there a castle up yet for Karika? Yep, it's going up right now. And definitely a slow game right now. Definitely a slow game. However, when it's a slow game, when there's just like, when it's a boom fest, it gets crazy. It's like a late Imperial War, so it's just a build up to something awesome. I'm not sure why the camels from Heineken are running not only underneath the TC, but into the monk here, and they're all going to go down, and also just handed one right to Lavi there. That was silly, silly moves there. What the heck? I'm not sure, but look at the Vil count. I mean, huge, huge numbers for NY right now. He's at 79, 8th Wonder's at 75. Karika is at 61, and maybe needs to do something with these conquistadors, but TC on the only really forward location for 8th Wonder on the front, and I think 8th Wonder is going to be okay, stonewalling that up as well. I'm waiting for Nick to do something with his conquistadors. He actually could probably get through this palisade wall right here, and NY knows that. He's going to try and patch that up right now. So that is smart to do. Question is, as Spanish, do you go with the conquistadors in the Imperial Age because they're getting to the Vil numbers where they would click up? Do you go with the conquistadors, or do you go with the Cavalier? I think because of the walls, you stick with the conquistadors. However, you're gonna need strong eco. Like, the elite conquistador upgrade is so expensive. You need the castles to produce them, and you're probably gonna need to add in Halb as well to get in front as a meat shield. So you gotta really make it worth it. But NY's clicked up right now. NY is playing as Teutons. We do have the conquistadors going in here. They might be able to pick off a villager, and one going down. I'm not actually sure why they repaired the lumber camp there. It might have been a misclick, but 2 villagers going down because of that. And at least the lumber camp is healthier now. As villagers will relocate, and they can always go back there and be safe. This could be a problem though, because these houses will go down to the conquistadors pretty quickly, and the conquistadors, of course, are pretty tanky. I'm going to pick off another villager there, and another villager. This is why conquistadors are so good, and potentially another one. That one there is on 8 HP. I mean, they're just so, so good. 8th Wonder's on the way up as well. 8th Wonder's Persians, and he seems to be doing okay on this side. I mean, there's a couple conquistadors here. I didn't see any villager bodies here. He needs to be careful with his woodline, though, because Karika has his conquistadors, and whoop! Oh, no, he hasn't actually lost one, but he needs to be... Oh, gosh. 8th Wonder. Karika, how'd you not kill a Vil? How did a Vil not die? That's crazy, but either way, I mean, all these villagers have to relocate as well. 8th Wonder doesn't actually have a place to relocate to, like Heineken did, and there's lots of gold here as well. This is actually a big deal for 8th Wonder. He needs this gold, and he needs the woodline as well. This is a huge mess. Like, just like 5 conquistadors is big. Look at that. That is insane. And just 5 conquistadors. That's it. You know, Nick should probably come over and help out, but we could see help as well, of course, from Lavi. So conquistadors are going to go around. I think if Karika saw what I'm seeing, Karika would stay. Conquistadors then coming over here then from Nick. I don't think he could reach all the Vils anyway, but he could have reached 1 or 2 there. Castles going up from everyone now in defensive positions. And it looks like up here we actually have barracks and a siege workshop going up then from NY. And I assume going with the Halb upgrade. Take a quick look. Yeah, it's going to be going Halb and getting pikemen going up there. Which is a wise move. It's a sneaky location as well, but Nick obviously spotting that and is going to run around and pick off these units, and the Vils are still there. I think that Vil is going to go down, and this Vil, we're going to have to pay attention to this, because this Vil could sneak back here. I don't know where it would go, but it could be sneaky for sure. It looks like, how many castles then for Nick? Do we just have 1? Just 1, no, 2 shortly, and you know, he was definitely going to be going with the conquistadors. On this side, I think 8th Wonder is okay. Definitely had some assistance. What are we going to see from Karika? Well, more walls, it looks like. And probably conquistadors as well, as we have Well, one castle right now, but a lot on stone, which leads me to believe we are going to be seeing the other castle. From Heineken, though, probably heavy camel, cavalier, and right now we are seeing more camels being created, and a couple knights. Might be a mix of both. Would be a wise move as well. Did Deville go down for NY? Yeah, she did. Oh, no. What? I had you hotkeyed, you stupid girl. Yeah, she, like, avoided the hotkey and the units of Nick. Is going to be up here and building barracks. So, all these halbs here. I mean, there's a lot of halbs. So, going to be pressing in with scorpions, it looks like. And, I mean, Nick knows that there has to be halbs in here. There's no way it's champions. So, he knows what's coming. I wonder if we're going to be seeing halbs as well from Nick, or what he's going to be doing. Halb Conquistador is a really nice way to push. Look, we do have knights here from Lavi. Going to be going, I assume, Cavalier. And Cavalier's coming in shortly. Cavalier's coming in then from Heineken as well. And Camels are there as well, but mainly Cavalier's going to be coming in. And that's a really strong move. Now, I'm still paying attention up here. This villager building a siege workshop, so I mean this is a good location. It really could flank Nick later in the game, but the conquistadors, they're being massed. Supremacy is coming in from Nick, and that's pretty early, honestly, beginning supremacy. He doesn't have, he's 108 villagers. Generally, if you have a higher pop, you go for supremacy. But over here on this side, of course, this is where it gets mad for me. This is where it gets crazy, but I do it, and hopefully you enjoy it as the bombard cannons are here. The halbs are here, and I think Karika's in a bad spot. Like, Karika really doesn't have all that much to defend this. The bombard cannons, the treb, they're going to take this castle down pretty quickly. Luckily, Karika has the hill, otherwise it'd be even faster. Military for Karika right now is only 3. I'm not even sure where it is. Supremacy probably just for, you know, added defense, if anything. I'm not really sure, but the halbs are coming out now, and they all, maybe to take out the trebs, because these trebs are going down pretty quick to the supremacy. 3 trebs down. That castle will go down because the Caftram's coming in, the halb's coming in as well. I think the castle's going to stay up because it has the repairs. It's hard to say the Mangonel's actually been walled in there to take out the Caft-Rams, which is brilliant. We have the Elite Conquistadors there as well. That's a heck of a win there for Nick. Heck of a win. I think he's just going to clean this up. And down here, I think this castle is going to go down. So many villas repairing. In the middle as well, then we do have the Cavaliers. And Paladin's coming in then for Lavi. And we do not see Paladin coming in yet for Heineken. You know, it's just not looking good right now. This could have been a really good push for NY, but it just did not work out. And with the Elite Conquistadors now, and that big a win for this area with the 2 golds for Nick, he might be able to push this back now. I mean, there's so many units lost. And wow, what a win. That was so nice to send the Vills out here, take out the Trebs. Still has Vills here, actually. And save the castle with that 1 Mangonel, which is so smart as well. Alright, so now Wonder, of course, winning this side. The castle's still being repaired, which is insane. I'm still not sure what Karika's doing. Karika has an onager as Spanish? What? That's still very interesting to me. Karika has 20 military, but I'm struggling to find out where that actually is. Or what it is. Just onagers. That's surprising. You know, Spanish onagers versus Persians, it's not really a great choice in my opinion. But still, Nick is fighting on this side. Oh, we have, look, Heineken coming over here, but Lavi's there. Lavi's already there. Lavi could take this out before the Paladin upgrade comes in for Heineken, and Heineken's going to go back. It looks like Nick has a ram here trying to take this out now. And if Nick comes over here, he could really help out, and they could take out these units. The Paladin has come in, though, for Heineken. Interesting developments right now. I'm hoping I get shocked. Oh, Elite War Elephant in for 8th Wonder. Nice. Nice stuff. Now, he's going up against Spanish, so you could potentially see monks come out. But, the Elite War Elephants, honestly, with the amount of walls from Karika right now, they've actually started trade. What in the world? Where are these guys? Where are they going from? What are they? I have no clue what these trade carts are doing. I assume they're coming from these. I don't know. We're going to focus on the fight. But Paladins are here. Also, we have the Elite Conquistadors. And, I mean, Heineken has a lot of units here. I'm not sure where Lavi's Paladins are. Lavi's actually back here, which is unfortunate. They should probably delete the house and push on out, honestly. This has been cleaned up, which is good for Nick, so he can just focus here. And looks like Yo's come online, so we will be doing that game next. Thank you, Nbrain, I appreciate it. Those are going to be good games, but this is still a crazy game right now, as Nick is here. The Elite Conquistadors behind is going to be huge here, let's be honest. I mean, the level and upgrades with these Paladin, but the Elite Conquistadors behind is just going to be really effective, and that's why we do have Heineken going back. But where are these Elite War Elephants going to go? I think they should go right to Heineken. And oh my gosh, are they going to go through the wall? Are they going to get through the wall? Actually, here, yeah, look at this. We have one just, I think they have, they're going to get right through the wall, and they could just finish this game. Go right through the wall. Right through the wall. They're going to do that. And I still think up here, Heineken has to go back on the left-hand side. They're not winning any fights. All of a sudden, they're going to lose pretty much every fight. And there's no counter right now to these Elite War Elephants. It's not looking good for Heineken and co. And Trebs are coming forward. It might be a little risky, honestly. Be a little risky. They do have Halbs here, which is good. Lavi has a lot of Paladin, though. And love to see Elite War Elephants. They can just go right underneath the TC and just take out the eco. They're coming right in. They have to stop the wall, though. I mean, just take out the villager. It's on 22 HP. I'm still struggling to figure out the trade. It looks like we know what's going on now. But, you know, the hand cannoneers became the choice from Karika, but it's a little late. Look at the amount of Elite War Elephants now. And Heavy Camo will come in from Heineken, which is great, but it's not in yet. And these Elite War Elephants are going to wreck. Now, up here, look at this. The villagers coming out to take out the Trebs. The Elite Conquistadors are here. There's not really an awful lot of them to really deal with the Halbs, though. So, not a lot of Paladins either. The Paladins are down here. The Paladins could get into eco as well, but, I mean, this is a lot of Halbs, so they do need to be careful and probably go back here and not lose their army. The Elite War Elephants are still pushing in. It looks like Heineken's come back, but have they stopped the wall? They have stopped the wall. Karika probably desperately trying to stop it, but the Elite War Elephant's just so strong. 620 HP, and I just don't see them stopping this flood. Don't see them stopping this flood unless they push in here and kill the castles. Then they can stop the flood. But look at this. The War Elephants just taking down all the hand cannoneers. Now a couple monks now, which is good to convert these units, which is a great counter, but do they have it here? I don't think they do. The camels they have to pay off. There's just too many. And up here, the flood has stopped. But I've said that before because this is still going. And it's hard to follow all the action, of course. But this is certainly the focal point because the trade is starting up here. And the trade has already begun here, and that's why they're here. They're trying to stop this trade and kill the trade. I think now Wonder should probably stop throwing elephants this way, as much as he is, because the monks are coming out from Karika, and he's actually just feeding Karika some units. Sending the Elite War Elephants here as well might start dying off because of the amount of camels the Heineken has. But still, they're pretty tanky, and they've stopped the trade for the time being, which may really help out. Do we have... Yeah, it looks like Nick has spotted this up at the top. But, there's some barracks, there's some archery ranges, and still that siege workshop. They're not really producing, though. I don't see any trade raids yet to come in on this side. Just some light cav and such, so I am trying to pay attention to all the trade drama, if you can call it that. We have the Paladins and the Elite War Elephants still here, but it's dying out. And look at this. 8th Wonder's getting pushed right back. Is this going to be a crazy comeback? The monks are the perfect counter, and this castle's going to go down. It's going to go down. I mean, over comes Lavi. Of course, I think Lavi could really help out here. But, you know, it's really not looking good for 8th Wonder all of a sudden. Once the Elite War Elephants get stopped, you got to change it up. And is this getting cleaned up at the top? I think it just might, if there's some siege up there, and the siege is now coming. But what's purple doing? Well, just Halbs. I think we've mainly seen Halbs from NY this entire game, but not really much else. Still, the issue is that NY and co really don't have much trade. Lavi's coming in to try and pick off the siege to save this castle, and there's still a couple of them there. Of course, the monks are there as well. The monks go down, the siege goes down, and Karika just gets pushed right back. And the elite war elephants are still coming in. The paladin are a lot faster to pick off the monks, and it might just be enough here as they call GG. And wow, what a game. Wow, so many paladins here. I think they definitely would just push right in here. There's no more monks left. And great game. Still actually some elite war elephants in here. Karika resigns there. NY resigns. And what did it, guys? I mean, just look at the walling. They're trying to wall off the trade, and they couldn't do it. I mean, look at the dead trade cards. This is the time. And the elite war elephants, though, I think they would have eventually been countered. I mean, maybe had Karika not been 2v1 at the last minute, but the trade raid is what did it. Viper's apparently playing Yo, so I'm gonna get into that game.